Did you join them?
Oh, I wanted to. So I went through the application process and I got through the first 2 rounds. So I got all the way to the in-person interviews. And when you get through the first round, they're like, hey, it takes us a while. While you're waiting, why don't you check out these links? Maybe go look at Learn Ruby the Hard Way. Maybe go look at Code Academy. Maybe go look at some other things, like get ramped up on this if you can. It'll only help you in the process. And if you don't make it in, you'll have learned something. So I was already like, up at night, of course, got, baby on one side, got some food on the other side. And I was just like, I can make the whole website. It's not just my like WordPress drag and drop. Like I control everything. And like that was like the most amazing experience. So I'm like up at night doing these tutorials. And then I got through all the way to the end interview process for Ada. And I remember I was in my car, like, waiting. I'm like, okay, this is the day they're going to send out the notifications. And I followed a bunch of Ada people online. And so I knew from their blogs, their videos and everything, like I knew the process. And I was like, this is going to be the moment I'm going to blog about. Like, yeah, I pulled over in my car and I was crying because I got in. And so my phone buzzed and I pulled over in my car and I looked and it was like, we regret to inform you. And I was like, no, no. This is not how this story is going to end. And they were like, we regret to inform you, you did a great job, but no, it's not going to be at this time. We invite you to reapply. In the meantime, also check out Cal Academy, which is local to Seattle. And I was so devastated. It was like, this was my moment. I was all ready. It's not going to happen for me. And so I went back home and I was like, I can't go back up the path that I've been going down for the last 2 months. I love this. It's amazing. I 100% think that I can do it. And so I pulled my husband in. I'm like, okay, you get to be a part of this, like boundaries. I want honest feedback. Do not tell me nice things because you love me. Do not tell me nice things because I want that answer from you. Honest evaluation from someone with not 1 degree, but 2 degrees and going back for yet another one. I want to know, do you think I have what it takes? If I didn't get into Ada, but I could put together some kind of curriculum to do this myself, do you really think I could do it? An honest evaluation on timeline, like, straight talk. And he was like, okay, 1, I've always thought you were good at this. I always thought you would like it. And I really can't believe that you've just been teaching yourself for 2 months. 2, everybody teaches themselves. Like, even if you have the degree, you're always going to be learning on your own. So like, yeah, I think it's possible. And in terms of timeline, I don't know, but I think like it turns out one of us figured out, I don't remember who, but like Ada actually puts their curriculum online. And so we were like, let's look into it. Let's make a plan. And so we actually sat down and figured out like, okay, here's the Ada curriculum. It takes them 6 months. And then there's this internship, or 7 months plus an internship. Oh, here's Coding Dojo. They're another boot camp in the area. They say 4 months. So I went to interview with them and they were like, well, it's 4 months of instruction. But I was like, okay, we're talking like 8 months, it sounds like, from you guys. And then there was Code Fellows and I basically called every single boot camp in the area. And they all pretty much said, you're looking at 8 to 18 months. And I was like, okay, I guess I could just keep working full time and do this on the side. I don't know. And my husband was like, if you want it that bad, like if you know you're going to do this, you're a very determined person. I'm pretty sure if you set out to do this, you're going to find a way, one way or another. What if we just look at like, do this for another month or something? But if you just quit your job, I think we could hang on. We've got savings. I can always take out loans for grad school. What if you just did this? And I was like, oh, dang it. Like we have a kid. It's not just me. Like, is this really something we can do? And yeah, long story short, I waited 1 more month at my job and talked with my boss and I was like, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go code in my basement and figure this out. And I'm pretty sure I can get it to work. And if it doesn't, then you'll hear from me in a year. That's that's kind of the time period that we're looking at. Is if I can't do this within a year, then I need to start putting my backup plan in place. So yeah. So I did not join Ada, but I looked at their curriculum and ran it past my husband, like, okay, obviously we've got some HTML, CSS, front end web stuff. Obviously we've got some learn a general language back end stuff. Obviously we've got to make a whole project end to end, make a portfolio kind of stuff. Obviously we've got some interviewing stuff. Here's, I think, how I would break that down. And am I missing anything? I mean, there's so much in this world. And he was like, I think start there. That sounds good. And so, yeah, I just started following recommendations, and I'd go through a Code Academy thing and see what they recommended next and go do that. Go do a Treehouse thing, see what they recommended next and go do that. And just went resource to resource to resource to resource to resource online. And yeah, just like tried to get the concepts.